little intro before we get into the video. I have been journaling for the past 2 years, do not being consistent with it. I have loved the process of it and I'm making sure to be consistent in 2023. I've divided the video into 3 parts. The first part answers you how you can start journaling, and the second part answers why should you journal, and the third or the last part will have 10 journal prompts. Anyways, let's dive into the video. Well, the first thing that I always feel hard is to start something new, and it does take a lot of time to get into the habit of journaling. And I feel it should be more of the minimal things that you do. So, the first thing that you can do is make a journaling jar. Take a white sheet and copy down some prompts from Pinterest and write them down and cut them into small strips and roll it up and put them inside the jar. I think 30 to 40 strips will be enough to fill the jar. So every day it holds you accountable to journal, and it should be a process of only 10 to 15 minutes. The second thing that you can do is plan the time that you feel you can journal. I like to journal at night because it helps me to write all my thoughts and clear my mind and clean my mind. And for those of you who like to journal in the morning, it can be more of a manifestation thing that you would like to accomplish during the day. With that being said, third and the last thing that you can do is make an effort. To an extent, it might look very boring, but trust me, once you get into the whole of it, it makes your life so much more fruitful, especially the journaling jar filled with all the prompts. These prompts can range from writing about your 3 wins of the day to writing a letter to the person whom you love, and it can be little more negative to release your thoughts, such as writing about an embarrassing moment to write a letter to a person who hurt you, and the list goes on.
Right there on top of the moon, we could sit right there on top of the moon.
If I look back to grade 9, where basically the virus started spreading around the world, I was feeling very depressed because on one side I just could not get hold of my grades, and on the other side my social life was pretty much breaking apart into pieces, and that's when I started journaling. At first, it was more of a diary entry where I wrote about what happened throughout the day, but I knew it was a little time consuming. And I knew that I didn't want to capture every moment of my life. I also wanted it to be very minimal, so that's when I started journaling. Yes, there are times that I personally like to store some of those special moments. So I have got one more diary which I use for bigger occasions, like more of a diary entry. For example, if I went on a school trip, I would like to write every single moment on it, more like a diary entry, but it's only for some of the special occasions. I don't really have to be consistent on that special occasion diary. And it might look a lot journaling, honestly, it might look a lot aesthetic on YouTube, but I feel journaling is such a simple thing, and you don't really need to get all those expensive things to actually start journaling. So you just need to take a pen and start writing your thoughts. And when I started using the journal jar, I felt it to be so much more helpful. It holds me accountable to actually start journaling, and getting some sort of a prompt helps you to revisit your memories in the past, and writing it on paper helps you to cherish it as well. Also, getting prompts with questions about your negative past and memories, I believe it helps you to take a look back and lets you appreciate how far you've come. And this is so much more important to understand and makes you to be much more satisfied with your work. And it lets you take a look at the small steps you took to make such a greater difference in your own personal life.